Okay, guys, so I decided to do a reading vlog for today. We're gonna see how that goes. So I was reading a little bit of Everything is Eventual. I think it's the second story is called either The Man in Black or The Man in the Black Suit or something. But anyways, it's a story that is told from first person point of view. And I don't think the character has been named yet, but he was a child in 1914, so we have a little bit of, we're going back some time here. And so we will see who this man in the black suit is, because obviously he plays an important part. The story is interesting so far, but I'm obviously at the beginning. I love short stories, so I'm hoping I'll like this book. I also have short stories of my own, which you can check out. Shameless self-promotion there. I have also started on audio, Catching Fire, which I'm listening to it on YouTube. I love the series, as you know. I just watched The Hunger Along live show, which was awesome. I didn't fully read the first book, despite the fact that it's like my favorite book ever, but I just read it earlier in like last January, so I found a the special edition has a new narrator, and I was listening to bits of that, like bits of my favorite chapter, and I much prefer this narrator. Not that the other one was terrible, but this one sounds much like it fits the character a little bit better. Um, I don't know if Catching Fire is as emotionally driven when you first open as the first book is, but maybe that's because it's like almost a direct continuing. But I like the fact that we are more into this world and we're getting to know the characters a little bit better and stuff that kind of goes on in the sidelines outside of the whole plot and everything, like the main thing you know about the books. Because I skipped over Catching Fire last year because I read Mockingjay, and I remember really liking Catching Fire. It's a fantastic sequel. But as much as I do love the trilogy, like I love it. Like my channel name is named after something in that. I, some people have said it could have just been one big book, and I kind of agree. As much as I love it, I think it could have been condensed down into like this one epic story of survival and family and rebellion and all that other good stuff. So, let's see how the day goes. We're just strolling along Walmart here doing some shopping. So, on my Nook app, I am reading Vulnerable Gods by the one and only Todd the Librarian, which of course is not the name on there, but great channel. Check it out. I'm really liking the book. At the beginning, it seems like he's got some interesting characters in here, so we'll see. We will see. And if you do end up watching this, which I'm sure you will, do not doubt yourself as a writer, Todd, because you are really good. Alright, well, I suppose I will continue my little vlog as I'm walking home, so sorry you guys are a little shaky here, because like I said, I am walking home. Thank God it's a little bit warmer. Like, I know it's winter, and it's not warm at all, but compared to a few days ago, when it was like negative 30, like literally negative 30. I actually heard some places were even colder, like, oh my God. But this isn't too bad. We're like at 30 degrees now, or like 20 something, instead of negative of that. So, while it's still very cold, I will take this. So, I listened to a little bit more of Catching Fire on
on my break, I'm listening to it through YouTube. I like YouTube audiobooks at times because regular people like me are, just telling the stories that they like and everything, or, reading their favorite books. So, I believe I was on, God, was it chapter 2? Maybe, maybe it is chapter 2, like chapter 2 when this person was doing it in different parts. I skipped Catching Fire last year because I read the first and the last book, and for some reason I skipped the middle book. I just kind of didn't get around to it. Well, the other thing is that there's a lot of dislike for Mockingjay, and I had only reread it. No, I only read it. God, I don't think I even fully reread it. I read it once from front to back. I think I kind of went back a little passages here and there, but no, come to think about it, I do think that last year was the first time I fully reread it. And Catching Fire, I reread with the help of audio, so I guess I re-listened, because I know some people are a little bit more picky about that. Maybe about twice. So this is like the 4th time now reading Catching Fire, and it still holds up as an excellent sequel. I mean, these books they just grab you from the first pages, and that's really good writing. And so, continuing the vlog from yesterday that got cut off. So, I read a little bit more of The Vulnerable Gods at breakfast, basically. Turns out my kid's not going to school because the roads are too icy, but I probably didn't have to get up that early. But anyways, I had some eggs and bacon and started reading a book. So, I think chapter 3 or 4. Sorry, Todd, I'm going to have to go back and see. I tend to forget those kind of things. I'm reading it off my Nook app, which is really good. I hate the fact that they're not supporting the Nook that I have. It sucks because that was a present from my dad, and it just really sucks that it's not working anymore. I think it's kind of stupid, but you still have the Nook apps. So I still have my Nook account and the books that I had before. I just have to find other things to read them on now. So basically anything in my ebooks I'm reading off my phone. So, like I said, I'm still fairly at the beginning, but I like how the story is developing. Todd, he writes believable characters, and you know me, I'm a character-driven person. So I really like the fact that the characters just seem normal. Like, you have a woman and her husband and her stepson, and, they make jokes and they drink beer and, all that other stuff. They just seem like actual normal people that you would see in everyday life. And I like that stuff because I like, stories about characters and their struggles or their lives and everything else. And a lot of what I read tends to be either contemporary or less fantasy-like. So I like my fantasy, like I like Harry Potter and all that other stuff, but I like realistic things in my book. So I'm really liking this one. I'm on chapter, I want to say 4 of my reread now of Catching Fire, which I was talking to you guys. Very out of breath on my way home from work. So we are at the point where they are now going on their victory tour, and the president has visited Katniss, and he's telling her, that they didn't believe what happened in the arena and everything, and that there's chances of uprising, and basically she has to stop it or her people are going to die. So, Catching Fire is an excellent book. Movie's good too, but it was so disappointing on everything they left out because there was just so much to this. I think I'll always love the first book because I just love the opening. I love the introduction to the characters and the world and everything. But Catching Fire just really continues it greatly. And I don't know if it's as emotional when it first opens up, because the first one gets, you really get attached to the characters and everything after you read it a couple times. But as the chapters go on and we dive more into the situation that they're in, that there is no escape from this, there's no forgetting about this, that they have to live with this thing, this memory, and now this Quarter Quell is happening, and now she's just given the speech at District 11, and the old man has been killed by the Peacekeepers, and that's where I have left off. So, most likely I'll probably stop this vlog here and maybe make another one, just so this video doesn't get too long. But, yeah, I like doing little reading vlogs, just because I don't do them too often. Anyways, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.